Like I told you, we are not only on toward even adventuring or tripping or cruising. There's we have a what major about a 40 to 50 subdivision of what kind of tourism we are working tirelessly day and night. Yeah.
Perfect. Hey, this is Felipe. We're doing another Let's Talk Tourism show podcast. That's how I want to call it now. And today I have the pleasure of having Hassan. He is a tourism consultant in Nigeria, although he does consulting in pretty much all parts of the world. And it's an honor to have him today, so we can give him his perspectives, his background, and share a little bit about tourism in his region. So Hassan, I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you having this
Yeah,
call, man.
you're welcome. You're welcome, Mr. Philip. So, Mr. Philip, it is really awesome for me to be able to be discussed and have a conversation, and even for the invitation I received from you. And it is my pleasure. I'm really grateful for such kind of opportunities I offer from you. And definitely, I do hope what we are about to discuss will definitely have a major impact and come up with a positivity and our likeliness for the what for such a huge uh, industries we are onto it. Like I told you, I am founding, I have a word, I creating a word, a Smart Outliers. Like I told you, I'm a co-founder and even a CEO of Smart Outliers, with a decent origin of Africa. First of all, like I told you, we have a what major impact, the problems we are facing also in Africa, and see what will be the beneficial for our people and for the world in general, and how capable and the resources we are to show the world and to the world in general. Because we have the resources, we have the ideas, we have the dreams, but who will take such kind of what our dream to the world and show it up? I think no one is. We are going to be the world going to what show up the world how capable we are in doing and demonstrating our world, our origin, our descendant, and many more out of it. So that's why for the past 7 years back, or 8 years together with my friend at Musa Salisu Ahmed, the current president of Smart Alliance, we sit and talk how we are going to make it to be and what possibilities we have the capable. Like I told you, we have the dreams, we have the all the potential for doing such kind of things. But definitely due to lack of assistance, due to lack of maybe a government backing, I mean, we are not doing there. That's why it is intentionally for us to be in a what, like in a hiding. But absolutely, but essentially we are what we are working tirelessly day and night to explore and to see what we are going, what we are capable of what of providing to the world in general. So that's why we are what, yeah, secretly we are working and providing. But for the past 8 years, we didn't rest for a while. We are working continuously day and night to see how, despite being we are not designers themselves or we are not award tourism, but we have the capabilities and we have the intention for what having a greatness in such kind of industries. I think if you have the capability, it's not possible for you to what to have a major impact or you can contribute to the in other sectors to be able to be born with a successful. No, if
It
you have the
is.
intention, if you have the capabilities, I think you
Mhm.
can make it through. So that's why after about 7 years, for the after about 7 years working undercover and
Mhm.
researching and doing a concrete what the possibilities for mission and working to see that our dreams come into what reality and after 2020 Smart Outliers will got explore to the universe and explore. We learn Smart Outliers
That's
after
amazing, brother.
7 years. Yeah,
I wanted to ask you, Hazana, how did you what did you do before Smart Outliers? What is your background like? Did you study tourism? You didn't study tourism. Did you study? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
yeah. Like I told you, starting out to be a tourist, it's not possible to study tourism or even to be having a background or potential for such. Intention is matters. So we have it. And definitely we are, like I told you, I'm a what currently I'm a medical doctor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. But I have the potential, and even Sunusi Ahmad is an agriculturist, but we have all the potential to explore those kind of things. And for doing so, we have a lot of capabilities and a lot of missions that, and up to we come. But what we after we see is we are onto tourism industries. But definitely, tourism cannot serve as a word, as a background, and our fulfillment. That's what we see is not only tourism. I think we are going to add another word, industries, but with a light and come up with a possible. That's why we say we are going to indulge ourselves not only in tourism but design and research. I think the awards they are like interrelated. Having a award best design will have a major impact and major socio-economic capabilities with towards the tourism industries. So having such kind of capabilities and abilities, that's why we are. We are not only in tourism. We are not working to provide our possibilities and a major impact for our tourists to be not only to be as a minded only in tourism, but add a word design, research, and tourism. So that's we are on to,
Okay.
and we are provided the kind of
So,
things.
so my understanding is that you were a general contract before this, and then
Yeah,
you wanted it to make that shift into tourism,
yeah.
which I
That
understand.
is it. That is it.
That is very
That is it.
smart. That is very
That is it.
smart.
That is it. That
And
is it.
then I hope you guys are doing well in that business as well. You know, in
Absolutely,
Nigeria.
absolutely, sure. Yeah, I
I
hope so.
wanted to ask you, Hassan. Since
Yeah.
you're in Nigeria, I'm very aware that you are noticing the impacts of tourism with COVID and all of
Yeah.
that's happening in the world. How do you
Mm.
see tourism developing by the end of 2021? Do you think it's going to go up? It's going to stay the same? Is it going to go down? And then also for 2022 and for
Yeah.
2025, what is your perspective of tourism in your
So,
region of
so
Nigeria?
yeah, or a region, and I think it will be particular for Africans in general. So, because when we talk about Nigeria, although they say Nigeria is like a motherland for Africa, I think what definitely been happening or exploring or making a major achievement, especially West Africa, it will be centered to Nigeria. So, in particular, when we look the way the world was evolving and having a what positivity the tourism industry is always inspiring to the world in general. I think and with regard to last year COVID-19 pandemic, definitely it has a major impact to the tourism industries in general, and also it's subsided, particular and proliferation about such industry because, like according to Herald, saying I think tourism industry is the only industry that increased by 7% each year. There is no such kind of industry in the world that having a word increase at 7% each year. I think so having such kind of something I think we have it. So it will look like the way everything back into normal after post COVID-19. That is definitely happening with African regions, also my country, Nigeria in general. I think there is going to be a what if possible, a government have an award at same purposes, backing how the way people back into normal and even provided with a word with a possible thing that can even have a word certain with the world with its people and the world and the tourists in general. I think it's going to be back to normal and definitely it will be beyond your imagination or our expectation. It will definitely be above our expectation because, like I told you, the world is what is always changing and dynamic. Many people they want to explore and see how the world is and how people are what are living and make it together. Because Nigeria is a sublingual and multicultural country with a lot of what over 250 ethnic groups in Nigeria, with a major recent histories of more than what 100 or 1,000 years of what of existence. And we have a major kingdom that exists more than 1,000 years. And up to now, still those kind of kingdom they are what working, providing with what major exhibit or festivals, major in the world or in the world each year. So even me, I know there's a lot of what a foreign attraction that coming into my hometown to pay their tribute and many more out of. So I think back to normal after post COVID-19, it depends on the what major impact in the bit of in back in by the word by the government. So if government take a what a major necessities or what approach it will what provide and back to proliferative phase tourism it does with, and definitely will have a what back to normal and will get into what been our imagination. Like you say is like in the year 2025, definitely it will be what such kind of thing. That's what Smart Outliers we were working tirelessly, like I told you, day and night to see how we are going to provide with the what with a major designer and we started on such kind of what cultural exhibit and it provided the world and informing the world that we have the resources and we have the capabilities and there is a lot of things that you can exhibit and there's a lot of things in Nigeria, Africa in general that when you come, you can even see, oh, there is some kind of a waterfalls or mermaid exhibition or many more in Africa. So that's what Small Applies is what is been there what to come forward and explore such kind of opportunities or such kind of exhibition that will attract a foreign into what into our country or into what in general because many foreigners are seeing they want to see what is Africa or inside they know how sociality is how social they are how culturally they are but something I think only one is hindering us because lack of access to insecurity. But alhamdulillah, right now, I think such kind of award, things the award going far away happens. But it is not all in Africa that having award insecure places or have such kind of place. But some places feel sitting word peacefully with such owners and many more out of. But if you go there, control some other lives, we have a lot of what exhibited places that you are going to explore and see it and with a joyful and extraordinary having a what memorable background that will come you to that will remind you of how you exhibit Africa and how much multiculturally it is and joyful you take from it. And apart from it, like we as Smart Liars, like I told you, we are into what expertise. Our major expertise, like I told you, is design and research and what I call it. But in tourism, what we are all after all provided is what we have the purposes. And also we provide about benefit for everyone and everything within our what client cycle. That's why from the product we provided and from the experience along with the world with the assumption that we cities exhibition, nations, and many more out of or touring or camping. Even we have all the what chances to what to experience by what by our own client. And also if possible, whether you are traveling alone and whether we have a what our distance or far away are traveling, all the world, we can even make sure there is something to see or learn from home or to be had that's what we are all after. And like I told you, we are not only on toward even adventuring or tripping or cruising. There's we have a what major about 40 to 50 subdivision of what kind of tourism we are working tirelessly day and night and to see how we provide the world with the best among the best. And also like I told you, we have a major exhibit, like we have a sport tourism, cultural, economic, science, research, safari, virtual, agri-tourism, like I'm a business, solution tourism. A lot we are what we are capable. And recently we have a what we received a message from a United Nations Habitat saying they saw a lot of kind of working that we are working at providing a rendering solution to. But they says, like United Nations Habitat, they are capable of what providing what a resilient and having a sustainable solution to cities, nations, and the world in general. So that the world will be able to have a potential to a particular, even all people will have a what sustainable places to live and alive and do well their own selves. So they sent an email to us saying we are capable to make a partnership with them. because they saw varieties were working, and we can even help them in order to render their mission and also their goal in what in general, and especially in Africa in general. So I think it is a major opportunity for us to show the world how Smart Outliers we are capable of providing such an extrovert, and definitely to make the world more feeling that Smart Outliers is for them. And Smart Outliers is being able with a decent origin of Africa can make a major impact for them.
I
That
and
is it.
that's a very expressive description. So yeah, so you think that tourism in Nigeria will only grow as COVID becomes more controlled, right?
That was my expectation.
And I hear you mention a lot of your company, Smart Outliers,
Yeah,
which I think
yeah,
is doing a lot of projects in
yeah,
Nigeria. I don't know
yeah,
if it would be an issue if you can explain to us briefly like the main two projects that are going on in Nigeria that you guys are contributing into. I don't know if that's something you want to
yeah.
share, and so that people in Nigeria can understand a little bit about what Smart Outliers actually does, like practically, you know. So if
Yeah,
you like to, if
yeah.
not, then we can pass to the next topic. I understand.
So I think I'm just going to tell you only one because
Yeah, no
there is a
worries.
security. Okay, I just only one because we are walking into a lot of project right now currently, but it will be a confidentiality due to our client concern and many more.
No
But
worries.
currently
No,
right
nobody
now,
will. Nobody
yeah,
will
yeah,
know. Nobody will know. Huh?
yeah, I know, but it's very to be a
Just
place.
the
But
internet.
what,
Huh?
yeah. So a major kind of project that we are on to, and it is about to be delivered is we have a word kind of from like exhibiting major tourist attractions in Nigeria. What we are after, or what we are provided is we have a what, like I told you, we are globally working, and we have our team members not even in Africa but in the world in general. So, so what we are after, the purpose of mission for doing such a beneficial project is we sit down and see there is a lack of access to tourism by the foreigners. When they come, they don't know there is a di- differential systems that they can even what makes them to feel they are onto a social environment, they are onto what a good environment. So that's why we recruited and come up with an idea of what we are going to empower to them. So that we have our team members recruiting them and seeing if possible we award we are company when doing award services by so misal like having our trip or camping or cruising. So when we have a such kind of client, we have already been award a potential member or potential award smart outlier that can take a particular a tourist into what many exhibition and show them it is what it impact, it is historical background, it is many more. So this tourist will feel that he is back into what the recent back years because we train them, they are capable of what providing them with the best knowledge to know by the what by their respective client that is working currently right now. Because the lack of access to knowledge to a particular places that we are on to, I think we'll have an what tarnish the images of your visit of your sample. So that's why we come up with such kind of idea and showing the members or and showing the team capable of what we're doing and knowing all what related knowledge about the one particular areas to be what about visited by the tourists and when a tourist having what such kind of conversation with them will be able to mention and provide them with the best information that will definitely feed in them they are on toward a tourist attraction. Definitely they will feel they will come back and they have something to share to the world why this and what is all about this place that I visited. That is
Perfect.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask. If I can explain it back, you guys want to create like a convention center, like a place that you where you expose the best tourist attractions in Nigeria. and you bring everybody into that place, or is it going to be a digital place? Is it going to be like a virtual place? Because maybe I did not understand that part. It's going to be a physical. Is it going to be a physical convention center where you're going to like have different regions of Nigeria sharing their attractions, their natural resources, their ethnic groups, their cultures, or is it going to be in the digital space? That's the main question that I have for you.
So we have the idea and we have the mission, but what is been hindering us from doing so right now is we're in COVID-19 and there is restrictions of government. But alhamdulillah, now there is such kind of been lifted. But definitely right now, before, even I think for the past 1 week back home, we celebrated World Tourism Days. And for that day, we have the intention for even having such kind of a lot of people in our website or in our work or in our podcast. But especially having a word I can converted like you been discussed about it. But especially we are on to what doing something for that at that day. That's why we didn't show up. But currently right now we are on to or we have that capabilities and mission to carry the award this consultant in what in this in tourism industry. And if possible, we subdivided the place to be in like a relative of what are two places. First place, we really want the place to be in a virtual place, then after to be award like having award back in the world in a particular places, maybe in Nigeria or in any region that we suppose it will be what best for our work, for our client, and for the members to be able to. And definitely, I do hope so. If that they come, you will be among our what guests of honors that will be there, and I do hope you will accept our what our request of invitation, Mr. Philip Luda.
Appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Yes, it will be. Like and I understand that there's some things that you can say that you cannot say.
Yeah.
So we're gonna let you make the work happen, and then once you guys are gonna do the grand opening of that project, it will be a pleasure. It will be a pleasure to see. And hopefully I can visit Nigeria myself. I haven't been to Africa.
Yeah,
and hopefully I can do that in the future, you know. And I want to ask you like a last question. Yes, thank you, man.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a last question for everybody that's watching. Some people mostly are in the tourism industry. Some people might not be. And I wanted to ask your opinion or your advice to that individual that is thinking of entering into the tourism industry like you did yourself. And what would be one tip of advice that would help him decide if that would be the best for him or her or not? You know, take something else. What is your advice for them?
So to be sincere to them and to our answer, a lot of people or even us, we have our own intuitive dreams that we have a capable of sharing and providing the world with it. But what is always lacking us have the courage and the capability to show up our own dreams and the resilience and having a word advocacy for your dreams to be able to be fulfilled. So what I'm advising is you have to be more intuitive and more content with the world with their dreams. Like we are all being aware of sometimes we have a dream, but the courage to come forward and show your dream into the real world is the main problem we are facing. And definitely, a lot of people have a creative idea, have a word, a capability, and resources, but the courage, they lack it. But my advice to such kind of young individual having a what intention to be in tourist or to be continue in the what in their what respective institution or respective background to be able to continue. Be courage of whatever you are doing. Because having such kind of courage will definitely help you and you will definitely make it to the world, to the real world. And your dream will be what achievable. And again, secondly, you have to what have a someone definitely beside you, because that you know have the capabilities, and also is willing to help you and share your dreams forever with you. So I think doing so will definitely help you and making you to be able to pursue your dreams, and the world will know you are what a competitive and have an intuitive dreams to be able to make. That was my perspective for them, and I
Interesting,
really
man.
have them. Yeah,
Interesting. So you're saying that basically like having intuition to know, because that's true. Like you, everybody has like that sense, like that sixth sense, you know,
yeah,
like you're doing something that you like or
yeah,
not, huh?
yeah, you like
And
it.
then you
Yeah,
said
yeah.
take courage upon that
Take courage
intuition,
and
right?
show it up.
And
Yeah,
try it out, huh? And then
that was it.
the last thing that you mentioned was having the preparation also as well to take on that courage, right? To show it out.
That is it. That was it, Mr.
That
Fred.
that is very insightful, brother, and I think that is something that is very common with the previous talks that I had, and it's
Yeah,
interesting that you also mentioned that as well. So
yeah.
Hassan, I'm gonna so for everybody watching, check out Smart Outliers. You have your information right at smartoutliers.com is their website. They have Facebook,
Yeah,
Instagram. Check out their social
definitely.
media to see what they're
Yeah,
up to. And
yeah,
it's an interesting project that is happening, and that is one reason why I believe that Africa as a continent will become like a
definitely.
very a big player,
Yeah,
will be a big player in tourism in the next
yeah, definitely,
five
definitely.
to 10 years, you know. So that
Definitely,
is
that was it.
it's I appreciate everybody that's working in Africa to make it a better place, and also people
Definitely.
that contribute from outside, you know, to help. So
That was it. That was
Hassan,
it.
I really appreciate your time, brother. It was a pleasure.
Me too,
It
Mr.
was a
Fred.
pleasure to have
It's
you in
my
this chat.
pleasure.
Before we leave, do you want to add anything else? Any comment? Uh, Anything that you want to express to anybody that's watching this video before we go?
So I think first of all, it is my pleasure, Mr. Philip Luna, to be able to receive such a great invitation. And definitely, a lot of people are watching to see what we are discussing or we are capable of making to the world. And really hope our conversation will be able to reach the what the required and intended personalities that will enhance them to make it to be. And my personalities and my perspective for the what for the tourism industries in general is definitely done even not be intended, because the tourism industries is a big and huge full industries but proliferated beyond your imagination. Then give up and make it to be your next agenda in the world. That was it,
Appreciate
Mr.
it.
Philly.
That's a
And
very
I do hope so.
inspiring message, man. I appreciate it. We'll be in chat. We'll keep in conversation. Hope to have you.
Also,
Hope to have you again
yeah,
soon. We talk about other
definitely,
things. And
definitely, Mr.
thank
Philly.
you for your time, Hassan. Thank you, man.
Yeah, thank you for the invitation, Mr. Philly.
Uh,
Thank you.